ERay Cacti Green, right? That's what we call it, Cacti Green?
Cacti Green.
Cacti Green, here we come. Howdy, folks. You on the Seek on the Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right, click that subscribe button, and join this awesome community.
You know, you lucky you got connections, kid. The nerve of some wet mouth punk thinking he can stroll in my casino like that, making bets his ass can't cover. I've done a lot of bad things to a lot of good people. Things that'll make your skin crawl. That's why no one dares to disrespect me in my house.
I mean, no disrespect, Mr. Guarino.
Maybe we should cut our losses. Right here and right now. A spade for a spade. What do you say, kid?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode, yes, of Seek on the Speed 252. And I want to thank each and every single one of you for pushing that play button today and joining me on this new episode of the ERay Cacti Green, right? That's what we call it, Cacti Green?
Cacti Green.
Cacti Green, here we come. So I'm the last YouTuber in the country to make a video about this color, right? So I'm going to go behind that model because a lot of YouTubers like to say they're first, and that's bull crap. But hey, here I am as one of the last YouTubers to talk about the Cacti Green, to give you my true, honest opinion about this car. So first of all, like I said before, this is a ERay, as you can see right here on the side. And a lot of guys have been asking me, in my opinion, what would I rather have, the ERay or the Z06? And I literally think they both have their own unique personalities, their own unique touch, their own unique taste. And it just depends on your daily driving habits and which one you prefer, 650 horsepower, 670 horsepower. Now, I'll admit, both cars look the same. As we all know, the ERay has the same body style as the Z06. Now, once again, we all know the ERay is just the upcoming version of the old version of the Grand Sport. Now, the Grand Sport is a beast in itself, but the ERay is a monster, right? And I think both cars will give you what you're looking for in between the ERay or the Z06. And one thing that I like about the ERay, it is all-wheel drive, right? There's never been a Corvette that's been all-wheel drive. And I think a lot of people are actually sleeping on the ERay because a lot of people just want the Z06. Now, after having conversations with my friend Kyle, who works at the plant, he gives a really good analogy between both cars. So if you're asking yourself, would you want the ERay or the Z06? First, ask yourself, how quickly can you get an allocation for the Z06? Second, how quickly can you get an allocation for the ERay? And I think the ERay allocation is going to be a lot more quicker than the Z06. According to Kai, here's his definition of which car he thinks is the best, and depending on what you want to do. If you want an ERay, that's that car that you want to cruise in, you want a lot of torque, you want to show that, you can beat people to the line really quickly, you can, have an amazing time, you can drive it all year round, whether you got snow, whether you got rain, whatever the case may be, that's the ERay for you. But if you want a car that's a race car, then you want to go ahead and tackle that bad boy with the Z06. So the Z06 will put you to the back of your seat as well, but that exhaust sound, that exhaust note is something you will not get out of the ERay. I know a lot of people are like, man, I really want the Z06, but honestly, the ERay is the bang for your buck car, and it still is. Even though it's a little expensive, the ERay is something that is different, right? You get an opportunity to drive an all-wheel Corvette. You will have ERay on the side right here, which honestly, I like it here. It's clean. I really do wish it was in blue though. I feel like they all should be in blue, but you also get to look at these nice new wheels. And to be honest with you, you guys know I talk about the Chevrolet wheels a lot. I like these wheels. I think it looks good. It's smooth, but you also get these brakes. If you buy a base model Z06, you won't get these brakes with it. You know what I'm saying? So I truly believe the ERay is really still the sweet spot in between an all-wheel drive car, the brakes that will already come on, which is the Bimbo carbon brakes, which is, you can see right here, is right there. Please excuse all the noise in the background. They're actually cranking these cars up and getting ready to go, as I am, again, the last YouTuber to make a video about this car. So, and put my own spin and my own take on it. So leave you guys comments down below on how you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up as well. But we're gonna keep talking about this Cacti Green here, this ERay. And I like how these wheels are, it reminds me of chrome wheels. And chrome wheels is one of those things that Chevrolet kind of went away from at one point. They're not exactly chrome, but they're kind of close to it, just enough to give you what they used to have. And this ERay, before they close it, they did have the engine that was actually visible when you lift it up. And if I'm being completely honest with you, like I told you in this, I don't really like it as much because I wanted to see the engine through this area. As we've all seen aftermarket cars that have the engine that is visible that is actually cut through this area. So what's your guys' thoughts? Did you guys see that the motor was actually visible through this car? Because if you did, leave your comments down below and your thoughts on that as well. One thing I like about this car is that it is a convertible, right? Convertible is something that I really, really, truly love. It makes the car stand out a little bit more. It looks more exotic, but the coupe you can't go wrong with. There's a coupe right there, and I like the coupe as well. That's the ERay. One thing about the ERay is that honestly, I think it's really affordable compared to a Z06. You can get a lot of things that are extra in the Z06 that you have to pay. As far as the ERay, it just comes with it, especially the brakes, right? These brakes you don't have to pay extra for. Once again, I think the ERay is still the sweet spot of the car. So, ask yourself these questions. What are you going to do with the Z06 if you get it? It's like a race car. What are you going to do with the ERay when you get it? It's an all-wheel drive. Depends on where you live. So once again, if you live in Michigan, I'm sorry, that's the name of the tires. If you live in Michigan, you want an ERay because you can drive it all year round with the snow and all that stuff. But if you live in Florida or California, you maybe want the Z06. And I think you do justice if you live in those places with either one of a car. But either one of these cars will get you from point A to point B as soon as you need to get there, right? So let's go ahead and hop into what a lot of people are going to ask. And I'm recording on my phone because my GoPro has died. And people will say, hey, what's your first thoughts and first impression on the Cacti Green from Seagull and Speed 252? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it. In order for me to get a color though, I would have to see a vision with it. I haven't seen this color enough to see a vision, but I do like it. I am not against the Cacti Green. I think it definitely stands out. I definitely think it's different. It looks a little grayish if you was to see it somewhere else, so I would like to see it in the sun at some point, but man, it is a phenomenal looking color for sure. I do love this wing, although it's not as big as the Z07 wing that's on my Z06, but it's absolutely stunning. We all know that it comes with an LT2 motor, which is already proven as well, which if people ask between the Z06 and this ERay, the motor in this car has been proven, right? It's in a crap ton of steam race, so you have no issues and no problems actually doing that. But if you actually want something that's really fast, that's really awesome, I think the ERay is definitely a sweet spot, 1000%. You cannot go wrong with the ERay. Now let's go ahead and look at the interior of this car. And I know I haven't talked about the color as in depth yet, but if you can't really see, it looks like the interior looks similar to the outside of the car, which Harlan says, a lot of people liked as well. And I think this is gonna be a color where people are gonna either like it or not like it. And for me, I would drive this color for sure. I don't think it's that bad at all, in my personal opinion. And I truly like it, So, honestly, this is a heck of a spec. It's a beautiful car, and you can't go wrong with a Cacti Green. I think it'll look well if it has carbon fiber pieces. I'm used to carbon fiber now. That's on my Z06. Granted, this is not a Z06. This is an ERay. Once again, I do believe and wish that the ERay symbol was in blue. And I feel like they all should be in blue because it shows just how, it has a hybrid system. But at the end of the day, I don't build these cars. I just enjoy them for what they are, and I just drive them. And you can see that the vent is about as big as it is on the Z06, which is because of the body style. This gives you that wide body style and presence that you like. And once again, if people ask, do you want the ERay or the Z06? I think it truly all depends on which allocation can you get first. If you're on a list for both cars, leave your comments down below. If you are, go with the ERay and see what it's like. And if you don't like it, then get your Z06. If you go to Z06 and you don't like it, then go with the ERay. At the end of the day, that's a good spot to be in. And I think this Cacti Green color is absolutely stunning, absolutely fabulous. And I love what Chevrolet has did with the wheels, the bendable brakes, the wide body, the LT2 motor, which has already been proven to do the car justice. The two hybrid systems in the front is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to put you back to that seat, and you're going to enjoy every bit of this car absolutely on the road. And think about it. Back in the day when a Corvette raced a Nissan GTR or a front-wheel drive car, you knew the Corvette was going to lose. Now with this bad boy, you have an opportunity to go up against a Nissan GTR or a front-wheel drive car and have an opportunity to either smoke it or beat it. So at the end of the day, man, the ERay is absolutely going to be a phenomenal car, and I don't want people to start sleeping on, oh, it's an ERay, it's not a Z06. This car right here will be able to do whatever you needed to do out on the road, out on the track, in the snow, in the rain, and you're gonna be like, man, this is one heck of a car. And think about it, an ERay is a car that Chevrolet has never built before. Guys, if it's a toss-up between the ERay or the Z06, whatever allocation you get first, you're gonna love either car, but this ERay is gonna be something special. I can put my money on it because that motor's already proven. These hybrid systems are already been in cars that Chevrolet's already created. This body style is already in the Z06, so you have nothing to worry about. But when a lot of YouTubers get this car, you're gonna get a lot of content that's coming your way. If people ask me, am I getting an E-Ray? I've already been asked multiple times. And as this moment in time, I do not plan to get an E-Ray because I really love my Z06 and I love how it sounds and the phenomenal power that it has. So once again, guys, I thank each and every one of you so very much for choosing to be on this channel. Give it a thumbs up, leave your comments down below. And for everybody that I've seen at Corvette and Carlisle this weekend, you guys have been great. I love you, I miss you all. I will be back posting consistently in September because I've been traveling a lot for acting, traveling a lot for YouTube, and just being able to get this content with my friends has been awesome. So love you guys. See you out on the road.
Is your seatbelt fastened? All right. Let's go.